March to Crown Jewel in Australia on October 11th continued Monday night in an edition of Raw featuring an IC title clash with Rusev facing off against Dominic Mysterio and Tornado Tag Uso against The Vision, as well as much more. But the show started off with Rhea Ripley seeking revenge for the attack she and Io Sky suffered at the end of last week. She called out Asuka and Kairi saying the Genius of the Sky joined Mami in the squared circle, clearly heartbroken about the events of a week ago. Sky said despite the beatdown she loves her friends. The Kabuki Warrior appeared on the video screen. Asuka took credit for Sky's success before offering her way back into the fold and apology. The former women's champ walked out on Ripley, refusing to stand up for herself. From behind, the heels attacked Ripley, picking up where they left off last Monday. Sky rushed to the ring to make the save, but found herself on the receiving end of the blue mist. Asuka flattened Ripley, and Kairi Sane added an insane elbow for injury. Really good start to the show, clearly dividing lines. I'm intrigued for the eventual match. As we then get Dom versus Rusev. After weeks of dodging, it finally happened. Like he had in the weeks leading up to the match, Mysterio avoided Rusev until the challenger slammed him into the commentary table. Throughout the break, he controlled the pace until the champ created a bit of separation. As the underdog, Mysterio benefited from the red hot crowd backing him. Rusev cut him down with a match kick though, and only a 2 count, which further infuriated him. Mysterio tossed the championship at Rusev, feigning the Eddie Guerrero. As the officials got rid of the gold, and Mysterio got the low blow for the win. Kind of expected what we would see happen, but it's still good stuff and sets it up for further down the line. 6 out of 10. Backstage, Lyra was told Bayley she was fed up with Bayley's mind games, and she told the role model she couldn't have her back Monday. In the arena, Bayley struggled early and often against Raquel, with the former tag champ overwhelming her with size and strength. An attempted Hurricane Rana by Bayley on the floor proved unsuccessful as the heels caught her and flung her into the guardrails, maintain control. Backstage, the babyface paid homage to the Hardy Boys with a twist of fate on the floor that sparked momentum. She delivered a Swanton Bomb and a Jeff for a 2 count as she continued to struggle with personalities. Lately, Perez interfered on behalf of Rodriguez, raking Bayley's eyes to break up the figure 4. Rodriguez followed up with a Tiona Bomb for the win. After the match, Perez unloaded on Bayley until Valkyria made the save. The heels beat down the inaugural Women's IC champ until Bayley fired up and cleared them from the ring. She stood tall with her on-off friend to close things out. An intriguing storyline going on there with the whole Bayley stuff. A good win for Rodriguez, and just waiting for the hug of Bayley to come back, I guess. 5 out of 10. Next up was LA Knight against Kofi Kingston. With Knight still focused on the World Championship, he was sidetracked by this match. Kingston gained the upper hand, entering the break and sustaining it, thanks in part to cheat shots from Xavier. Knight stayed in the contest long enough to dodge trouble in paradise and chop Kingston from out of nowhere for the bump force trauma for the win. Kind of feels like a match between two so talented performers. Should have really been given a bit more spotlight, but for what it was okay. 5 out of 10. World Heavyweight Champ Seth Rollins then hit the ring to discuss his match against Cody. He took exception to the fans choosing Rhodes over him, drawing out the American Nightmare. Rhodes countered his future of the industry conversation by reminding the Visionary that the fans are the only one with the future of pro wrestling. The babyface hinted that Paul Heyman had control of Rollins' heel faction, to which Rollins resisted. Rhodes referenced WrestleMania 14, how Rollins extended his hands to him, how he thought they were friends. The architect said the American Nightmare was a means to the end and he would beat him at Crown Jewel. We've seen them do it many times before, but I'm very much looking forward to a great match between these two. As Dragon Lee discussed his upcoming AAA Grande Championship match against Dom Mysterio, while AJ Styles hyped his Crown Jewel match against John Cena, promising to do his favourite thing, beat up John Cena. Los Americanos made their official in-ring introduction as Rayo and Bravo battled the two in tag action. The heels controlled the action throughout until isolating Lee until the hot tag from Styles sparked a late babyface comeback. Styles set up the phenomenal forearm, but El Grande Americano interfered on behalf of his teammates, pulled him back on the apron. The babyface laid out the leech the door, delivering his trademark springboard finisher and put Bravo away with a Styles clash. 5 out of 10. It was okay. Didn't really build up to the Cena match at all, but it's a fun match nonetheless. 5 out of 10. As we then got the Tornado tag match between the Usos and the Vision, and another ending rivalry between the two teams. The Usos were the aggressors to start, wiping the heels out on the floor and taking the fight to them in the opening seconds. Breaker and McCree recovered and down the twins, with the former delivering a spear to Jimmy through the announce table. The villains beat Jay down, using their numbers advantage to punish the former world champ until Jimmy recovered enough to make the save. Still, the dominant heels downed them and stacked them, preparing for the win when Reigns' music played and the OTC made his return. He unloaded on the Bronze with a steel chair, setting the Usos up to deliver a double splash for the win. And after the match, Bloodline beat down the heels before Reigns told Jay let his run roll, while Jimmy hesitantly looked on in the background. A very intriguing end to the show. Great to see Reigns back, and I think, the tensions between the Usos there as well. So I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen next in this storyline. 6 out of 10. Overall, Raw this week gets a 5 out of 10 from me. Yeah, it didn't feel like the most newsworthy Raw this week. It was okay. Most of the stuff we got was fine. But yeah, aside from Roman Reigns' return, wasn't too many talking points coming out of the show. But I still think we're building up towards an intriguing card for Crown Jewel. But I think the build kind of start picking up soon. For this video, thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme, and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.